Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Shift Now for, October, November 28th to November 30th. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Arlene Grace, and I am a spiritual coach. I'm a master numerologist, I'm a conscious channel, and I am an alchemist. If you are joining on live or even on the replay, please feel free to post hello in the chat and tell me about your weekend. How did you experience the energy? How did you experience the holiday weekend? What did you do? Good morning, Joanne. How are you? So we're wrapping up the end of November already. I don't know if you felt the same as me, but November went really quickly. We were in this looping energy that was allowing us to come into this discovery of our power, of our voice, of our self-autonomy. It was our navigating where we were giving ourselves onto others, where we may have been placing others before us. We were breaking through the illusion of codependence, coming back into ourselves. And as we come into this week's energy. Now, on Thursday, we're going to switch energy because we're moving into December, but it feels as though we are ending November with a bang. Now, if you recall, if you were following me last week we were moving in through the energy where on Saturday it was that line. We drew the line across the sand, right? And we were breaking through. Many of us may have been coming into a new intention or discovering a deeper intention. Many of us may have been coming into completion with things. Many of us may have been just simply done with an experience or done with a feeling tone of an experience that we have, right? And so as we move into the beginning of this week, it really is inviting in the laws. It's inviting in our own commitment to our energy, our own commitment to ourselves. Are you committed to being you? And to notice the places where we may be self-sabotaging ourselves, right? And so I'm going to begin with just talking about the laws a little bit. And we're going to talk about the law of cause and effect because that's being invited in. So we've got the law of cause and effect, the law of action. We've got quantum entanglement that's playing with us and the law of vacuum. So good morning, Wanda. When we look at am I committed to being the expression of me? It really invites in the energy or the law of cause and effect. And so I love the metaphor of the law of cause and effect because we can bring in a beautiful example, right? And this example is the idea of skipping a rock, right? There's a little boy and he really just wants to skip the rock across the water. And so when we look at the cause of skipping the stone across the water is not the action itself. It's not the skipping of the stone. It's not preparing ourselves, finding the right stone, and then just throwing it across the water. The cause is actually that feeling. It's that feeling that that boy has of, oh my God, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be extraordinary? Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be so cool to just skip that rock across the water? And so that feeling is the cause. That feeling is what is driving him into action to skip the stone. It's not the action itself. And so we're really being invited to look at what is the cause that I'm feeling for whatever experience that I'm wanting to have. Good morning, Mocha. Right? What is that cause? And so when you think about the cause and you think about the law of action, now the law of action is coming into this place where that cause, that feeling of wanting to be cool, that feeling of thinking it's cool or feeling it would be cool to have that stone skip across the water, the law of action now inspires this action of, okay, he's now going to move his hand, now the micro muscles are going to take part in his body. He doesn't have to think about the micro muscles. His body just takes form and he goes and he skips the stone. He's inspired to skip it because that feeling cool is now inspiring that action. And so he goes and he takes that action, right? And so bringing that into our awareness this week. This is part of our theme. Am I committed to being myself? And so now we're also looking at quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is where we are enmeshed with other people. It's where the energy of enmeshment can happen here, right in this space. I am now currently quantumly entangled with all of you. It gives me this opportunity to tune into you, to tune into your energy, to tune into what's happening in this space. And the quantum entanglement will dissolve at the end. But we also have quantum entanglement in our partnerships with our children. We have quantum entanglement through sex. We have quantum entanglement through our family experiences. We have quantum entanglement through drama that we have with others, which is sometimes why we love to complain with others, and we love to play with that drama, play with that energy, because we love that energy of the quantum entanglement. And we're also playing with the law of vacuum this week as we move forward. So let's get into the energy. Today's energy is the 9, 5 of hearts. Now the 9 is this beautiful energy of, imagine that things are now starting to come into form. So as things are starting to come into form, whatever your intention was last week or whatever intention you've been playing with, as it's now starting to show up in your life, my curiosity is, what are you holding on to? Is there a part of you that's holding on to something that is not allowing it to come into form? Is it an expectation? Is it something where you're thinking that it should show up in the way that it's supposed to? Is it that in this coming into form, it might be displacing relationships. It might be displacing where your house is. It might be displacing you in your business. It might be shifting out something that no longer serves. Right? And so it's noticing, I have this metaphor of like holding on to a balloon, right? And the holding on to the balloon is of something that you've already attained. It's something you've already created, but what you want is something over there, right? And in order for you to have what's over there, in order for it to come into form, right? I'm getting this example of, you really, really want to have, you want to have a gym, or you want to have a facility for people to come to you, right? And so in having this facility for someone to have to you, you already have a way, you already have your sights on what it is and what it looks like. And you might even have the documents to sign, because that's the place where you want to go have it. But into form comes this new facility, and this new facility it might be more expensive, it might be bigger, it might not look the way that this looks, but this is where you're being inspired to take action. Are you willing to let go of this contract in order to have what you've actually been calling in, right? And so in that, with this 9, we have the 5 of hearts, and the 5 of hearts is inviting us to take love higher, to take the love for ourselves higher, to take our value higher. And so in this energy, there's very possible a piece of information that will arise that will help for you to see that, right? This energy of the 5 of hearts is the marriage and divorce card. And so if we were to bring in that lens of marriage or divorce and the 9, sometimes when we take love higher, it means that the contract of a marriage may fall away. Now, many of us might see that the falling away of this contract is not higher love, but in fact it is. It's, I love myself so much that I'm allowing this contract to fall away because we no longer match. We no longer match in the experience that we're wanting to share. And so rather than holding on, I'm willing to let that fall away so that I can love myself more, and so that he or she can love themselves more. And so there's this navigating our own relationship to ourselves. The 5 of hearts has this Saturn-Venus quality, which means that we are being accountable to our emotions. We're being accountable to our own energy, which is directing us back to what is the cause for your intention, right? And so here you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice to which experience will you choose? Will you choose the experience of your own self-worth? Or will you stay in an experience where you will continue to play out the same pattern over and over again? Now, another thing that was rising up is one, paying attention to our own nervous system, right? We want to pay attention to our nervous system because as I was meditating with the Five of Hearts, the Five of Hearts was saying, hey, take a look at your pattern. Take a look at the pattern of where you are sabotaging yourself, where you are looking for your own trigger, right? And so I'll give you an example. I was noticing that my mind was going off into a past relationship. And in that, my mind was going into this past relationship of looking at all of the things and kind of looking for the wisdom, looking for some sort of information in it. But the realization was that there was a part of me that was trying to trigger myself into loving myself more. Now, what if I didn't have to do that? What if I could just love myself more? Just love myself more, 1%, 2%, 10% more every single day, rather than looking for a trigger to inspire that action. Does that make sense? Many of us have journeyed where we needed a trigger in order for us to expand, in order for us to grow. But what if we simply stayed in the curiosity of what it is that we wanted to experience? What if we didn't need that trigger, that emotion to inspire us into an action anymore? And what if we could let go of the addiction that actually happens in the body that comes with the anxiety, that comes with this rising up of, oh my God, I need to do this and this and this, right? There's another pattern that rose up for me this weekend where I have all of these little things that I have to do, right? And all of these little things, I've got a list, and my mind wants to get into this anxiety of, oh man, you got to get it. You got to get it done in time. You got to get it done because someone's waiting for it. You got to get it done now. And so in that, creating this stress and this trigger within my own body that is pushing me to get something done. But in the realization of I get the thing done and it only took 3 seconds, like I didn't need the anxiety to drive me to do the thing. And so we're being invited to pay attention to our own patterns that are creating our own self-sabotage. We're being invited to be in the frequency that we're calling in, the frequency of our choosing. And so this brings into play that quantum entanglement, right? Last week we were playing with mirrors and we were noticing in the mirrors that everything was taking its cue from us. Everything's taking its cue from how we are feeling and what our state of being is. And sometimes we take our cue from the reflection. Now, if you've been journeying and if you've been paying attention to that, it's noticing, okay, life is happening in front of me. I'm receiving all of these cues. I'm receiving the information. I'm just going to love myself more in this moment. Am I willing to do that? Right? And not getting caught up in what you're seeing, right? And so we're deepening our own selves into that space. Yeah. Beautiful, Nicole. Thank you. And so this is the energy for today. And this is the theme that we're moving through the week. Am I willing to stay committed to being me? Am I willing to stay committed to my own frequency and noticing the places where you might be getting caught up in a pattern that's causing you to shift your own frequency so that you can actually take action, right? And instead, just simply play with the law of action and take the inspired action instead, right? Now we're moving into Tuesday. As we move into Tuesday, we're moving into 1-4 of hearts. Now, 1-4 of hearts, we've got this Neptune Mercury energy. And so there's this dreamlike quality in creating our own stability with our own emotions, right? And so we're being supported with freedom and support, but it's this coming into union with people. So the best metaphor that I can think of as we're moving through this theme is, imagine that you are letting go of a relationship, right? A relationship dynamic is now coming to close. That's probably what you've decided to do. And in that decision, you decided to love yourself more. Now, as we move into this energy the next day, there's this awareness of, oh, as I stay with this decision to allow for this relationship to fall away, to experience this healthy love, to experience this healthy grief, I'm now realizing that I have people in my life that are here to support me. I'm now realizing that I have the support from those in my community. I'm now realizing that the higher love that I have for me is mirrored over here. And so there's this grounded instability if you are willing to be aware of your own surroundings and what it is that you've been calling in and opening up your lens. Because many times, if this is the example, if we're moving from a place of I'm letting this relationship fall away, and you move and you feel this energy of the Four of Hearts coming to, support you and to discover the freedom, we can fall back into the pattern of, oh, maybe I'm meant to be with this person. Maybe the support is this direction. Maybe he can change. Maybe she can change. Maybe I'm meant to come into marriage with him. Maybe we just needed that one talk to say we're done, to inspire a closer connection. But really and truly, you're playing in this Neptune energy of maybe that's the quantum entanglement that's calling you back. And so you're being inspired to love yourself higher and to continue to walk forward, taking inspired actions on, I'm taking my love higher, I'm taking my value higher, right? And so it's noticing these things. And it's the key today is to take actions that move you forward, that evoke peace. If peace is with a community that is willing to support you, go in that direction. But if you're noticing, and at the same time, if you're noticing that peace is being evoked in coming back with your partner, then go in that direction, but come into discovering, like come in, taking a deeper dive into feeling, okay, what's the cause of this? Is the cause for me thinking that the safety is in this relationship? Right? Is there a false sense of safety that I'm moving outside of myself to stay in this relationship because that's where it is, with the money, with the love, with what could be codependence? Or am I actually inspired to move in the direction of a community, of a friend, of a support system that can help me move through this space, move through this decision, right? And so you're being invited, your key on Tuesdays to move forward into the spaces that will promote peace in your material world. And so that for me feels like taking action on an inspired action on, okay, if we've decided that we're going to release our relationship, then I'm now inspired to call my lawyer. I'm now inspired to call a friend. I'm now inspired to take a look at my finances. I'm now inspired to take a look at the assets. And it's very possible that it may not be that, but we're being invited to move forward to see that the material aspects are just material, right? We're being invited to see that safety doesn't come from the material aspects, that we get to take a look at it simply as feedback, and we get to make choices that promote peace for ourselves and for the person that we may be parting ways with, right? And at the same time, we can use marriage as an example. If marriage is the case, then coming into union, right, and finding the support system in your best man and your maid of honor and your tribe that's coming down the aisle with you and all of those things, and now being inspired to go to the mall and to what's the word, I see the scanner, and you're buying, or you're picking out all of the things that you want as wedding gifts, right? And so it's playing with the material today or on Tuesday as your key, but from a place of, I feel peace within, I feel the safety within, I feel the love for me and the value for me within, right? I felt a lot of anxiety this weekend. Last night I didn't sleep well and was really hot and uncomfortable. I love that. And so sometimes when we are going to sleep, everything just shifts while we sleep. Does that make sense? Like, it's very possible that your unconscious and your conscious mind came together with the body to completely just shift things out for you. So, yeah. Okay. Now, as we move into Wednesday, so now this is the last day that we're in the hearts. This is the last day of November. And so remember, we're playing with the themes of self-autonomy. We're playing with power. We're playing with our expression, the true expression of who we are. We're playing with a new intention. And as we move into Wednesday, we're moving into 2, 3 of hearts. Now, 2, 3 of hearts, 3 of hearts is in this place of Mercury. And so it's in the head. And so we're coming together with people because the two is coming in together into union with ourselves. It's coming together with other people in our community. It's coming into partnership. It's coming into seeing ourselves mirrored back to us. And so it really feels like if you're making a great decision today, if you're coming into an awareness and you're deciding to love yourself higher, you'll start to see the results mirrored back to you by Wednesday. And of course, by seeing that transformation already, it feels like this rebirthing energy. There's this invitation to come into celebration of self. You're now already bringing into form a new version of you, right? And in this new version of you, you're seeing yourself connected to others in different ways because you're connecting to yourself in a different way. And so there's this beautiful mirroring that's happening where now you're starting to see the birthing of new connections. You're starting to see the birthing of your love mirrored back to you, your value mirrored back to you. And so it's interesting because as I'm feeling into the group right now, I'm also feeling like there's an opportunity or there's an ability today to actually connect with new clients or to show up into the online space in a new way, to put out a new program, to share yourself out in the world. Hey, I'm doing something new. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do a live about it, right? And so here, your key in this energy is to, one, celebrate yourself, but it's also to allow yourself to expand. This is an expansive energy where you're expanding your own trust with yourself. You're expanding the truth of who you are, which is value, right? Like today, you're really coming into landing into, it feels like your mantra today is, the truth of me is that I'm valuable. The truth of me is I am value. The truth of me is that value is always flowing through me. The truth of me is that value, worthiness, enough is always here, and that I get to act on behalf of that, right? There's this beautiful energy of it's like I'm $1 million. If I were $1 million, if I had $1 million flowing through me, and can you feel that? Just can you feel the flow? As I'm feeling the flow of $1 million flow through me, like it feels giddy and it feels fun and it feels playful and it feels very childlike. Like if I have this energy that's flowing through me, and I know that's always available, it's always accessible, then what would this value inspire me to do? Like it almost feels like there's this return of innocence energy. It feels like Monday, you're moving through some shifts. You're making some great decisions that are inspired by this higher love. You're understanding a deeper sense of the cause of the actions that you're taking, and the invitation to the cause being love, the cause being value. And in that, it's inspiring decisions for you to make, right, through the week. And as you are making these decisions to let go of things that no longer serve you, you're now creating this vacuum, right? So Wednesday, it feels like this vacuum is created within you, this vacuum of, right? Bare naked ladies. I used to love them. This vacuum is created on Wednesday, the law of vacuum, where you're now creating all of this space. And so you created space in the material, you created space in your own emotions, you created space in your mind. You came into a deeper sense of the essence of the value of this essence that's flowing through you. And so now in this vacuum, you're wanting to fill this vacuum space, because the vacuum abhors a vacuum, right? Like the vacuum will call in energy that you choose. And if you don't choose it, it will take in whatever energy is around you, right? And so as you're playing with the law of vacuum, you're wanting to be conscientious. You're wanting to be alert of, okay, what am I paying attention to? What energy am I bringing in? Where do I want to play? Am I willing to play with value? Because we've got the 7 of diamonds energy that's playing in this chart this day. And so the 7 of diamonds is that millionaire's energy, right? That millionaire card energy. And so as you feel that $1 million, what is it inspiring you to take action on? Because Wednesday's energy is a day of action. And so celebrating yourself, celebrating the value that is within you, and taking action on behalf of that, right? And so there's this beautiful energy that's really moving through us today, that begins today, that allows for us to see the patterns of self-sabotage, to see the patterns of where we're not committed to ourselves, to take these or make these decisions based on that, and to come into this celebration energy on Wednesday before we completely shift energy on Thursday, right? We're completely shifting for December. And so I'll share that on Thursday when we go live. But yeah, how are you feeling? It was interesting. The energy, as I was feeling in earlier on, it was very emotional. There's a lot of, there's this invitation to be unconditional with your love, right? And to notice these patterns where you might close yourself off. I was experiencing my 13-year-old this morning, and I've been noticing that she's going through her own experience, and she's 13, and she's individuating herself, right? She's learning how to be an adult, but in learning how to be an adult, she's pushing me away. Like she's pushing me away as her mom so that she can come into discovering herself. Now, sometimes that kind of hurts my feelings. and just in noticing that, here's my child who's wanting to grow up, and in that she's letting go of who I am or who I was as her mom when she was, a child. And so it's noticing, okay, my 13-year-old self wanted to act out and wanted to just kind of project back. But my higher self, my higher essence was like, no, just notice and keep your heart open. Right? It's okay to feel this. It's okay to feel hurt. And your inspired action is to love her more. Your inspired action is to love you more. Your inspired action is just be love, and to be that safe space for her to shift and to grow and transform. Right? And to know that the love that you are moving out will be returned. Right? There will be that convergence. Maybe not now, but it will come. And so, yeah. Shelley, yeah. Seeing old patterns of fight, flight, survival from past and walking through, knowing it's not now and allowing stories to fall away. I love that. I definitely had a lot of that this past weekend. A lot of patterns rose up. So I am curious, what questions do you have? What's rising up for you? And how can the cards support you? I'm just hovering over my send button. You're so funny, Samantha. Awesome. Yeah, so share with me what's going on. What questions do you have? Where are you with your intentions? What are you noticing? Yeah, I would love to hear. Happy Monday, everyone. Francine, I'm looking forward into growing strong and growing in my new lifetime. That sounds extraordinary. Yeah, what rises up currently is family entanglement. Absolutely. Yeah. And so as this family entanglement is rising up, what are you noticing with that for yourself? What are you noticing as the pattern? I'm curious. I'm just going to take a sip of water. And I'm asking you that, Mocha, because I'm not sure if that's a question. Allison, oh my God, I had those same things this weekend. I was exhausted and felt resistant to loving myself, and felt the same with my 13-year-old son too, right? Kids, I love them. And they're these mirrors, right? My house was full of, I had 6 kids this past weekend, 6 kids, all of them not feeling their greatest, all of them moving through stages of the flu. It was a weekend. Okay, I'm curious as to why I am resistant. Let's see. Okay. I'm curious as to why I am resistant to exercise. Interesting. 9 of Hearts. Well, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 9 of Hearts. So the 9 of Hearts is saying, okay, so when you look at your body, are you using your body as your trigger to force you into working out? Can you just come into loving acceptance of your body now and allow for the inspiration to rise up to work out, rather than being triggered into thinking you have to work out because you're not enjoying how your body is feeling or looking or fitting in its clothes or all of the things? I'm also hearing like, oh man, like I might have overindulged during Thanksgiving. And so again, that's another trigger and another pattern for you where as we eat this food, sometimes as we're eating food, we have these thoughts that are already going off over here. They're like, oh, I shouldn't be eating this. Maybe, it's not really that healthy for me. Like and then there's another part of our mind that's over here. And it's like, it's okay. Allow yourself to indulge. It's just like, it's okay to have it once in a while. It's okay. Right. But all of this is part of the pattern of, okay, can I just love myself and accept myself, accept my body as it is? Can I see the value of this body? And can I come into, it feels like, can I just trust my body? Can I trust my body? Can I trust that my body knows exactly what it needs to do? That my body can digest the way that it's meant to digest, that it's going to take in all of the nutrients, that it's going to take in from the food and release what is not required? Can I trust that my body is going to inform me of what it is that it needs to be supported in a healthy regime? Because it feels like there's a lot of triggers that are still attached to all of this working out or the way of eating or all of those things. But the key here is to love and accept your body as it is, and to come into trusting that your body is this intelligent system that, like, it's such an intelligent machine that knows exactly what to do. And sometimes we control the body by taking a supplement because we saw that it was online and people were saying that was amazing, or by doing a diet because that diet promoted 10 pounds, a 10-pound release in like a week or whatever, right? Because your result here is you're going to see the truth. You're going to see the truth of where your mind gets carried away. so that you can land into the truth of, oh, hold on, let me just love my body, right? Does that make sense? Because I'm looking at the pattern, it looks like it's just overlaid over the head and it's with thought. But the pattern itself looks like a wish. You know how dandelions turn into that wish? I don't know what those are called, but the wish that you blow on. And so it looks like there's all of these little patterns that are attached. And if you just come back into trusting yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, and trusting the body, it will shift the pattern itself. And so just being aware and curious. And then notice. And then notice if you are inspired to go work out, right? And to come to the cause of what exercise is for you. What is the cause of your exercise? Think of law of cause and effect. Yeah. The patterns I developed and held on to that I see with my mom, trigger galore. What can support the evolution? I'm seeing the trigger. The trigger is being held in your mid back. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Ten of clubs. Right. So the Ten of Clubs is like, this is not a mental mind activity. This is a emotional activity. And so the Ten of Clubs is inviting you to like go right into the heart. So if you were to just come right into the heart right now, and we're going to invite in the Five of Hearts to support. So you're feeling into your heart and you're feeling into the five of hearts. And we're calling in the Five of Hearts today because the Five of Hearts is higher love, right? And so as we're inviting in the Five of Hearts to activate you, what does higher love for self mean? I can hear the confusion of the mind. So stay in the heart. What does higher love mean? What does higher love in your relationship with your mom mean? So higher love for you first. What would be loving for you? What would a loving action for you be? What would a loving decision be for you? And just notice the energy itself is just shifting energy out of your body. And just continue to allow it to move. What does higher love mean for me? How do I define higher love? Higher love in this body. Just moving out. What would higher love mean? What am I deciding for this higher love? What action is being inspired from this higher love? What is this higher love inspiring me to decide for myself? For myself. And so just play in that energy. Let the fear go from the mind. Continue to let it rise. And just sit with that and play with that today. What does higher love mean for me? Inside me, higher love. What is it inspiring? What awareness do I have in relationships with myself and others? What is it that I want? And then as these awarenesses come, there's this invitation. Are you willing to decide? Right? And to allow yourself to move through the divine timing of it. Because your result is 5 of diamonds. And so your result as the 5 of diamonds is for you in your spiritual spread, like this is a Saturn energy, like you're being accountable to your own value, to your own higher value. And so in this releasing, like it feels like the 5 of diamonds, you're being invited to notice those places of codependence and to land into trust that you will be taken care of and that those that you love will be taken care of as well. That you are source and so are they, that you are this light and so are they, that you are love and so are they, right? And so just continue to allow that to rise up and to play with that awareness today. Because the 10 of clubs is keeping you in the spin. So come back into the heart. Yeah. When I look over here, I'm just looking at my charts. Yeah. I love a card, please. What is the best way to nurture my essence more fully? Right. It's so funny. I'm hearing you've been doing it. Just keep letting the sun shine in. 5 of hearts, right? So 5 of hearts is today's energy. And so it's feeling this love, like to the best way to nurture your essence more fully is to simply be with it. To be with it in the body, to take opportunities through your day to remember it. It almost feels like, you have this busy day that's ahead of you, or this busy, hectic day, and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. You got the boys, you got all of this, you got to make dinner, you got to wash the dishes, you might have to do some laundry, maybe not, who knows, all of these things that you have to do. And the 5 of hearts is like, and come back to self for like just a minute and to feel into the essence. Allow the essence of you to just flow through. And as you're taking that opportunity to let the essence flow through you, just bring it with you as you go and do the laundry. And then you might forget, right? And then take another opportunity to just stop, take a moment, feel into the essence, feel that love that's flowing through you, and then go about your day again. And so that will help you to stay in the energy of it, to acclimate the body to it, and to come into that place of remembering it, right? That you come to this place of, oh, I forgot my essence again, and boom, there it is. You're just feeling it. You just feel the flow of that essence flowing through you. And so the result of that is you come into mastery of your life in your essence. You come into mastery of your physical life, right? Doing all the things while being the essence of you, which is extraordinary. Love that. Yeah. Good morning. It was a good weekend. I love that. I would love cards supporting financial flow, supporting my dreams. Financial flow, What in your dreams? As I'm seeing your business, like it's almost like I'm seeing the farm or your land. I'm seeing an Airbnb. I see all this stuff, and I see the flow moving out from your business, and so it almost like it's like there's a lot of flow that's moving out right now. Two of Clubs, interesting. So Two of Clubs is okay. As all of this flow is moving out from your business, or I feel like you've also made some decisions. So you're making some decisions and you might be flowing money, energy out into what you're doing there as well. And so Two of Clubs is like, are you willing to have the conversation? So are you willing to express the truth of you? You're not the same person that you were before. And so your own expression has changed. And so I'm curious as to when you think and feel into finances, as you feel into wealth, what is that inspiring you to express? Is there a conversation that you're wanting to have with others? Is there a conversation? Is there a way that you're wanting to express out into the world? And can you feel the value of you as you do it? And so as we think about financial wealth, right, financial flow, we feel the wealth within our body first. And so as we're feeling the wealth move through our body as the cause, right? We're feeling the wealth, we're feeling the value, we're feeling the enoughness move through our body as cause, as the energy, as the frequency in our body. What is that inspiring you to express with others? Because it feels like there's a higher truth that's wanting to be expressed with those that you are with, those that you are working with, or those that may be family. Yeah. Interesting. And so I'm curious to what that conversation is. Yeah, because having that conversation allows for the fulfillment, allows for the flow to come back in your direction. It allows for the fulfillment of the wealth, of the money, of the crypto, whatever tool you're playing with. And so play with that frequency of wealth, see what it's inspiring you to have a conversation with, to express out, and allow yourself to receive the flow in return. Love it. Good morning, Sharon. I desire to move past a cold that has been keeping me down for 2 weeks. I've been trying to allow this complete lack of energy. I'm not accompanying anything. I'm curious what is going on. Kind of curious. My first curiosity goes to, where are you in your annual chart? What season are you in? Because it kind of feels like you're closer to the end of your chart, where kind of feels like you're closer to the end of your chart, where you're in this maybe at tail end of Uranus Neptune energy. I can't be too sure. But it feels like there's this dreamlike quality. Now, at the same time, we're also in Dream Neptune for the collective. And so it may be the reason as to why you're not accomplishing anything in this moment. And so there are many numerologists here that you can connect with for an annual reading that would give you a lot more information. And 9 of Diamonds. So your body at the same time is all of this that's moving through. Your body is going through an upgrade, is what it feels like. It feels like there's shifting that's happening. And so this desire to move past the cold is actually the resistance. Can you simply be with the body? Because it feels like the body is changing on a cellular level. And so many times when we're experiencing these colds or experiencing a release, a physical release in the body, it can be experienced as that. And so the tiredness may be saying, hey, just rest. And so are you allowing yourself to stay, to rest, to hear what the body is saying as the body is going through these changes? Because it's easier for the body to shift in this way, to change when you are at rest, than to resist it and to force yourself into action. And so my curiosity is, are the actions that you're wanting to take, the accomplishing of things, is it actually inspired? Or is it that you're navigating the shoulds, right? The shoulds or have tos, when really and truly the body's like, no, just rest. And I wouldn't be surprised if you just took an opportunity to rest, that the body would shift so much more faster, and then you'd be accomplishing those actions later. So your result in allowing yourself to move through this transmutation in the body is a deeper sense of trust in the divine, a deeper sense of trust in the world, a deeper sense of trust in yourself. Like the Seven of Spades, it will offer you more information and a higher leap. Like it's a leap. It almost feels like it's a leap to let yourself relax, trust, to be with the body. And the Seven of Spades is like, you kind of got to do it. And in your doing it, you don't have to. In your choice to do that, to care for yourself, you're going to land into a deeper sense of trust and an awareness. Something else is trying to come through to show you. There's more information that's coming through. I feel like you've been connecting to your higher self. And in that connection to the higher self, it's been changing your own physical body, the cellular level of your body, as she's starting to land in. And so in this landing in and in the shift of the body, it almost feels like there's this cycle that's happening where you'll then receive further guidance. Like you'll hear your higher essence saying, okay, and let's go do this, right? And so it's a beautiful energy for you to let go of the resistance and be in acceptance of the now. Yes, our body is a vessel. If all our vessels looked the same, it would be a boring world, for sure. My mind says I am a size 6, but I'm happy that I'm me. Oh, love that. Oh, wow, Mesa. Beautiful. Karen, good morning. I'd love a card. I'm releasing a lot of anger recently and feel any support would be appreciated. Absolutely. As you're saying that, I start sweating. Karen, thank you. Okay. Five of Spades. So the Five of Spades is you're receiving I don't want to say deeper truth. You're receiving information from a higher perception. And this information that's coming through, it feels like this stream of information that's coming through the body as a channel is allowing for this eruption of anger to simply move out. Like it just doesn't match anymore. And so the Five of Spades is like, just allow the transmutation, allow the anger to rise up and to go. And there's no need to connect with the story or why or this or that. It's just simply leaving. There's just simply no space for it to be here anymore because it doesn't match the frequency that you've been playing with. And so allowing that to continue to rise up and to be in that energy of, okay, as this anger is rising up and I'm letting it flow, I'm letting it leave, what is my intention? What is it that I'm desiring? What am I filling this vacuum space with? Right? Where am I focused? Because it also feels that as this anger is rising up, it's simply taking the patterns away. It's simply letting go of like the tail ends of the enmeshment, the tail ends of the patterns. And there's this, I feel like there's information that's going to arise that's going to allow for you to decide something, maybe. It almost doesn't feel like a pivot. It feels like a deepened commitment to yourself, right? Because your result in just allowing this to move is 1, 3 of Hearts. 3 of Hearts is Wednesday, and Wednesday I was feeling into like this vacuum is being created, and 3 of Hearts is this like celebration. There's this celebrating that's happening as you come into this deeper commitment to yourself. And so like, I'd be curious, I'm going to invite you to take a look at whatever your intention is and to notice where you are in the divine timing. Like, I can see where you are, but I want you to see where you are and to allow yourself to just bring that into your lens. Just be in it. Like, I'm really excited for you. So, yeah, allow it to keep going. Just keep going. The patterns I created my girls. Yeah. I don't know if that's a question, Wanda. Let me know if that's a question. And I can pull a card. Beautiful, Allison. Little triggers this morning that I had just, yeah, absolutely. Right? I'm the same. I used to love exercise too. I could not get myself to do it. I would try, I would force, I would control, I would do all the things. And yeah, I was noticing that I was using my body as my trigger for that. In this journey of loving myself on a deeper and higher value love, it's been 6 months of just walking. But is it just walking? Right? And so having to trust myself and my body with more love is the answer. Ego wants to force, right? I'm going to bring it back to, is it just walking? What if walking was enough? What if walking was all your body wanted? Yeah. Awesome, Sharon. I love that. And I love that, Mesa, for you. That's brilliant. That's brilliant awareness. Oh, this is what I've been working on, releasing, shifting. Yeah, absolutely. The patterns with the girls. I get that. Let's see. Let's just pull a card to see what's supporting that release in the pattern. I knew it. 5 of Hearts. Yeah, 5 of Hearts. So the 5 of Hearts is just inviting, love you, take your love for yourself higher. It's very much like the same, it feels the same as the energy for Mocha, feeling into the body, feeling into, okay, I feel into higher love. What does higher love mean in the body? How does that feel in the body as I feel that higher love? What is higher love inspiring me to be aware of? What is it allowing for me to be aware of? What is it inspiring me to decide? What is the inspired action in this higher love? And the willingness to come into that space of deciding you first, right? If I loved myself more, what would I be deciding? If I loved myself more just a little bit today, what would it inspire me to take action on, right? I almost shuffled. Yeah, because there's this, the 7 of Spades is like, yeah, just, it's like the vision I got as the 7 of Spades came, it's like everything just kind of settled. Right now in this place, as you're navigating these patterns, everything almost feels like electric and frazzled, not frazzled, but electric. You can see the sparks. But the moment you come into this higher love for yourself, it's like everything settles. The world kind of settles and it starts to just fall into place. And as it falls into place, there's almost like this energy of you and the world converging together. And there's almost this energy of like, I feel soothed in it. Like you feel soothed in it. You start to see that as the world falls into place, that there's all of this support for your children, like your girls. There's all of this support that's available for you. There's all of this support available as you expand your business. There's all of this support in your community. And the support is just a mirror of the support that you're moving out into the world, that you're putting forth for you and for your children and all of the things. And so I love that. Awesome. Well, it is noon my time. Thank you so much for joining me for Shift Now. Yeah, let me know how your days move forward. I'm curious. And if you're curious about diving into your own numerology, into your own annual charts, I'm going to invite you to connect with me and let's see what's happening for you for 2023, right? Awesome. So much love. I'll see you in the spaces, and yeah, have a beautiful day. Bye for now.